It has been 8 months now since Joan Rivers died, and her daughter Melissa is speaking to us exclusively about the circumstances surrounding her mother's death.
And do you think that the country will see the United States will see the first gay president or the first woman president?
We already have it with Obama, so let's just calm down.
Got it.
No, Michelle is a tranny.
In my opinion, it was 100% preventable.
What could they have done right off the bat to prevent this?
How about paying attention to the vital signs?
In the realm of prominent personalities and the enigmatic occurrences that occasionally shroud their lives, few instances have garnered as much intrigue as the unfolding events surrounding the late comedian Joan Rivers and the demise of former President Obama's chef. The loss of Joan Rivers, a legendary persona celebrated for her sharp wit and unapologetic comedy, struck a chord of sorrow with countless admirers.
Some sad news from the entertainment world. Joan Rivers, one of the giants of American comedy, has died in New York. She'd been on life support since late last week.
Amidst the growing focus on these puzzling occurrences, a complex narrative of concealed truths and unresolved queries starts to surface, creating a labyrinth of ambiguity that engulfs the lives of those implicated and stirring a fervor of curiosity among the general populace, all yearning for illumination.
So there's no part of you, Melissa, that says this may have been just a tragic accident and no one was to blame.
Yes, it was a tragic accident.
In the midst of a series of unfolding events, an air of doubt and suspicion has settled around the Obamas. These events have sparked conjecture and raised questions about potential links to the passing of Joan Rivers in 2014. The situation gained momentum following the heartbreaking incident of the drowning of Obama's chef on the Obama property. These incidents have stirred contemplation, leaving room for the possibility that there might be deeper layers to the Obama story than what is apparent on the surface. The situation took a more intricate turn with the unexpected passing of Obama's former personal chef. This unfortunate incident happened not long after reports surfaced regarding the chef's intention to publish a revealing book about Obama. The alignment of these events has triggered a wave of speculation regarding possible connections between these occurrences. Given that both Joan Rivers and the chef were poised to shed light on certain aspects of the Obamas prior to their deaths, suspicions have naturally emerged, leading some to cast a doubtful eye toward the Obamas themselves.
I ended up being a community organizer out in the south side of Chicago. A group of churches were willing to hire me.
This raises the question, could Joan Rivers' death be more than a mere accident, as some had initially believed? Curiosity is piqued by the unexpected link between Barack Obama and Joan Rivers. This connection originates from Joan's audacious and unconventional statements about him in the weeks preceding her passing. Known for her unapologetic boldness, Joan's reputation was built on her outspoken comments about numerous celebrities.
You said you said cunt. You never said that in your routines. You say that for Homer when the synagogue called for money.
She was never one to hold back her candid thoughts and feelings. On a particular occasion, reporters caught up with her at a New York City bookstore where she was attending a wedding ceremony for two same-gender fans. In the midst of these interactions, a reporter posed a question about her opinion on the possibility of a gay president leading the United States. Joan responded, "We already have it with Obama, so let's just calm down. You know Michelle is a tranny, a transgender. We all know." During that period, Joan's comments about him and Michelle were mostly dismissed, with people attributing them to her tendency to generate controversy. Joan was famous for her provocative demeanor, making it easy for individuals to dismiss her claims about Obama's sexuality. Even when she passed away a few weeks after making these statements, the link between her comments and her death remained elusive. Joan underwent a seemingly routine throat procedure at a Manhattan hospital, a procedure that should have carried minimal risks. Nonetheless, complications arose during the surgery, leading to a cessation of her breathing. Despite doctors successfully reviving her, she was subsequently moved to Mount Sinai Hospital. There, she was put on life support and induced into a medical coma. Regrettably, she never regained consciousness from that coma, eventually passing away a week later. The circumstances surrounding Joan's death were undeniably puzzling. Her demise occurred during a procedure that was considered low risk, and official accounts of her passing revealed a sequence of medical errors preceding the tragic event.
It becomes very surreal. And there's my mom and machines and doctors, and I think at that point it started to dawn on me a little,
Indeed, the reports shed light on instances of malpractice that deepened the enigma surrounding her demise. Authorities discovered that the medical facility neglected to address the comedian's deteriorating vital signs, omitted recording her weight before administering sedation, conducted procedures without her consent, and even permitted a staff member to take photographs of Rivers while she was under anesthesia.
A new outrage from her family this evening. Authorities now revealing that there were selfies taken with Joan Rivers while she was sedated.
The recent sequence of events has cast a fresh perspective on the matter. Just a few weeks ago, the passing of Tafari Campbell, Obama's former chef from his White House days, unfolded in a deeply unsettling manner. Reports reveal that Tafari Campbell tragically lost his life in a paddleboarding incident near the Obama's Katama estate in Martha's Vineyard on July 23rd. Speculations abound on the internet regarding the circumstances surrounding his untimely demise. According to accounts from the Herald, the chef, originally from Dumfries, Virginia, met a tragic fate as he stood on a paddleboard. Unfortunately, he lost his balance and plunged into the water. Another individual who happened to be paddleboarding on the same pond recounted the incident to the police. They described attempting valiantly to reach Campbell as he struggled in the water, but despite their earnest efforts, they were unable to prevent the tragic outcome. On July 24th, just before 10 a.m., proficient divers were able to recover Campbell's body from a pond situated on Edgartown Great Road. This solemn incident was outlined in a news release issued by the Massachusetts State Police. Subsequently, the Massachusetts State Police, MSP, conveyed to people through a formal statement, Mr. Campbell was visiting Martha's Vineyard at the time of his passing. President and Mrs. Obama were not present at the residence at the time of the accident. The circumstances gave rise to substantial concerns within the public. Law enforcement promptly labeled Tafari's death as an accident, a determination met with skepticism given its intricate circumstances. Authorities attributed his drowning to purportedly inadequate swimming skills. However, individuals close to him have disputed this claim, asserting that Tafari was a skilled swimmer and diver. Adding to the puzzle, the pond where he drowned was a mere 8 feet deep, a depth that appeared incongruous with a proficient swimmer's fatal mishap. Despite these conflicting narratives, the initial focus on the case remains somewhat limited.
For a 40-year-old male, possible drowning. Controlled to Edgartown Fire Water Rescue personnel. Echo 90 in an Echo unit.
Recent events have spurred intensified interest in the situation. Unverified reports emerged weeks ago, capturing heightened attention. An online video circulated suggesting that Tafari had been actively working on a tell-all book prior to his untimely passing. This revelation has triggered speculation that Tafari may have intended to include revelations about Obama in his book, prompting theories that someone could have attempted to silence him to prevent these potential revelations from coming to light. Following Tafari's tragic death, a cascade of revelations has emerged, leaving the public with a plethora of unanswered questions. In the aftermath of his passing, letters penned by Obama to his college sweetheart resurfaced across social media platforms. The contents of these letters proved startling, as they contained Obama's candid admissions of past homosexual fantasies and contemplations. This unexpected disclosure has significantly contributed to the escalating intrigue and conjecture surrounding Tafari's untimely and enigmatic demise.
That a paddleboarder had not resurfaced after going into underwater. Now, reports suggest that the chef died in an unfortunate paddleboarding accident.
Obama said, "At a certain point, I just concluded, for me personally, it is important for me to go ahead and affirm that I think same-sex couples should be able to get married." During his youthful years at the age of 21, Obama was in a phase of personal exploration, a time often marked by a willingness to entertain a range of experiences and thoughts. However, the revelation of his past homosexual contemplations has sparked substantial attention, as the notion of Obama having such inclinations was previously rarely entertained. The intrigue surrounding this revelation gains depth when one juxtaposes the recently surfaced letter with Tafari's in-progress tell-all book, anticipated to unveil intimate facets of the Obama's private lives.
Being a man is first and foremost being a good human.
The convergence of these elements prompts a compelling question. Is this a series of unrelated events, or does a deeper narrative lie beneath the surface? The complexities of the situation become more pronounced when considering Tafari's tragic drowning near Obama's property. This close proximity raises further suspicions, enhancing the air of uncertainty already surrounding the events. With each passing day, more individuals find themselves drawing connections between the enigmatic circumstances surrounding Joan Rivers' passing in 2014 and the recent untimely death of Tafari Campbell.
Alex Jones was recently commenting on something that Joan Rivers said about Michelle Obama. And of course, it was something that was a little controversial.
The perplexing circumstances surrounding Joan's passing during what should have been a routine medical procedure had already sparked skepticism, fueled by conflicting statements from those associated with the incident. The disturbing revelation of a staff member taking photographs of Joan while she was unconscious only deepens the atmosphere of suspicion surrounding the case. Some netizens also shared their views on this incident. One of them said, "I always trip out when I hear someone passes away and they are writing a book. That's why it's important to remember, don't let others know what you're doing or planning." Another one wrote, "What's interesting is that Joan Rivers was a comedian, but she didn't appear to be joking with her comments, and not once did she laugh or correct the statement." That's it for today, folks. Until next time, goodbye.